there are a lot of players going into next season that can make the leap into being an all-star, all-NBA caliber player. What are your top 3 to make that sort of leap?
We want one?
No, we can facts. I mean, obvious answer, Victor Wembanyama. I've been vocal about it. Wrong?
Oh, sorry. I was being rude. You've been glazing him a lot today.
I mean,
he has been going crazy.
It's been
he's unbelievable.
How about a better obvious answer for a guy who's actually going to probably make the playoffs?
All NBA we're talking?
Yeah.
It's Paolo.
It's Boncaro.
Yeah, it's Paolo.
The easy obvious, actually going to be on a good team, going to make the playoffs.
Is Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Paolo is also easy obvious. I'm not going to say he's not.
Yeah, I mean,
but Victor Wembanyama can go into next season and end a top 10 player.
Okay.
Victor can be in that conversation.
I really do.
Victor can get a boogie All-NBA.
He's already a top 3 defender in the league.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I feel very confident in that.
I don't know if he's top 3.
AD, maybe Bam, him.
Maybe Bam.
I'm saying in terms of the 3 or Gobert. That's what I'm thinking.
You think he's a better defender than Draymond?
Going into next season? Ooh.
No, today.
Damn, Draymond's still great. But yes.
Wemby's impact is crazy defensively.
But yes. Because he's active in lanes, and on top of it, he's one of the best shot blockers in the game.
He's just so damn long that even on the perimeter, he could get beat, but he could still make up for it.
Like Draymond is crazy. I really love Wemby, but it's just the glazing is just insane.
A better defender than Draymond is tough.
I need to understand, why is it glazing? He obviously is the tallest in the game, but on top of it, he's a great scorer. He can stretch outside. Although it's not an efficient shot, we saw in the second half it really come together and him clean up his game. Inside, there's no stopping.
In the second half.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. John, pull that up for me. But I know his season average was not as good as it was second half.
Which player looking for specifically?
Victor
Post
All-Star would be perfect.
Wemby, he can make All NBA though, because that third center spot is TBD every year.
It's positionless.
Oh,
which is why I still believe he can be one of the 15 best in the league.
My only pushback is defense. I think it's like 4 or 5 defenders better.
Name them.
Name them.
I think AD, Dre, and Bam are the 3 best defenders in the world. I think Rudy's sitting at 4. I think I would still put Evan Mobley over Victor as a defender.
What makes you say that?
I think he's a little bit more versatile, and I think he's able to carry a defense just a slightly bit better.
Just looked it
I
up.
don't think Cleveland has the best defenders around him.
What
he's able to do at the 5, especially in the playoffs. Like, he was guarding Tatum, Boncaro, and then protecting the rim. Like, he was doing an amazing ass job. So
what did Wemby shoot, John?
He shot 46% post All-Star break, averaged 3 more points, going from 20.5 to 23.5.
46% from 3?
On the field.
No, from the field.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about from 3. What did he?
Post All-Star break, he shot 33% from 3.
And pre was 32.
Correct.
But he averaged 2 more rebounds, 3 more points, and also 1.5 more blocks.
I just think Wemby's probably going to take another leap next season.
No, I
that's
think
just
so,
that's
yeah.
just
as of
rookie
today.
year.
Like, as of today, like, I think Mobley was a better defender than him.
And I know 33%, obviously you hear that and you hear the elites shooting 37, 38, 40.
Okay.
But at 7.5, 33% on 7 attempts, that's amazing.
There's no way you're ever saying 33% for somebody is just good shooting. You're not.
For 7.5?
No, I don't care about the height. It's just, is that good efficiency? No, it's not.
But I think when you put in context, rookie year,
Yes.
being 7'5",
Yes.
everything else he does on the court, that is an encouraging sign
put
going
in
But at
forward.
this point, I'm not calling him like a true floor spacer. Does he take those shots?
You can't give
I
him the
think
context.
defenses are
Chet
pretty.
Is Chet a floor
I was going to
spacer?
ask the exact same
Defenses
question.
are pretty neutral with him taking threes, Victor, I think.
Is Chet a floor spacer?
Yeah, he shot 40%
players
from three.
sell out.
But second half of the year, he was not the same shooter.
But
Playoffs, he was
it's
not
about
the same
how
shooter.
players view you. They sell out for Chet jumper.
But Chet, since he's been
They'll
in
sell
high
out
school,
for Vic.
Yeah.
That's
Chet-
all I'm saying.
Chet, since he's been in high school and in college, he's been an efficient shooter. Victor Wembanyama, even when he played overseas, was
wasn't.
not an efficient
I'm with
shooter.
you.
So Chet has always been an elite level shooter.
Hey, in the month of February, he shot 40% from 3. I'm just saying, shortest
fucking
month,
The
he shot
shortest
40.
month of the year with the All-Star
Shot
break.
40.
Supposed to have like 10 games maybe.
I don't know. I don't think you can give him the context and then like prop him up high. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna prop him up high, you gotta just go all the way with it.
Shot 41%.
So who
12
else?
games.
Well, how good was San Antonio's defense?
It was just below
I don't
average.
know. I don't know if I can
Yeah,
put
I
him
mean,
top
but what
3.
else? What else is San Antonio throwing out there that's helping Wemby defensively?
You could say the same thing about Bam.
That's fair, but Bam, I think what there is one of the best
You
defenders.
thought about Bam. Like
No.
thought is crazy.
No, I didn't. Let me clean that up.
Thank you.
I said maybe for the idea that Rudy was in my head, and to me, it was between Rudy and and Victor.
Rudy's got some boys.
I think
up there.
Bam's stamped.
Oh, okay.
I think it's AD, Bam. That third spot, it's either Rudy, Dre, or Wemby. That's my opinion.
Before I get into
Dre is,
anybody in the top three that I got, I wanted to put this player in the top three, but he's an honorable mention. I really wanted to put him in the top three, but there's a lot of top three players that can make this leap. No, Sengun is locked top three. Honorable mention, I think Jaylen Johnson could take an all-star leap.
So this is all-star, not all-NBA.
It's both. And I think it's easier to make an all-star game than an all-NBA.
That's why I was wondering you saying Jaylen Johnson.
Jaylen Johnson, he averaged 16 last year. He's an all-around dude. And I feel like with DeJounte being out of Atlanta, and now he gets an uptick in just the usage that he's going to have within the offense with Trae Young and that two-man game. Like, I've seen Trae Young have John Collins average 20 a night when the Hawks were bad, albeit.
Jaylen Johnson,
I think, is not out of the run possibility. He could be a 21-8 guy. And then after next season, we could view him as an all-star caliber player, if not on the brink of making it. I know Atlanta has some bad PR. Trae Young didn't make an all-star game last year.
You think Jaylen has all-star skills?
I think Jaylen Johnson can put up all-star stats. Okay. That's why he was my honorable mention. But my number three, I had Cade Cunningham. I think Cade Cunningham.
Whoa, you respected him.
Listen, the Pistons should win 30 games, I think, this year. They should win 30
big
games.
leap.
Tobias moves you that much?
It's not just
they got
Tobias,
Malik Beasley.
they got more players that are actually good
sure.
NBA players on the team now.
30 is high.
I mean,
what's the
if
issue,
you
bro?
believe in Cade Cunningham now much,
I
then
like
30
Cade.
should not be
Cade
that
played
high.
well last year.
They're ass.
They're not
Tobias
good.
Harris on a bad team is good. He's averaging like 18 or 19 a night. He's not going to be
You know what
fine.
it is? Obviously, I'm going to over-exaggerate, of course. I'm going to be extra and stuff like that. But it's just, like, do you trust the JB Bickerstaff offense on a team that was a bit, like, one of the worst offenses in the league?
I mean,
he's
it's not
more of a
about
defensive-minded
It's not about
coach.
me trusting it or not. It's the fact that
brother.
Cade Cunningham has the usage, and he just had a season where he averaged 23 this past year. Cade Cunningham, if the Pistons get a little bit better and he averages 24 and 7, he could be one of those guys that is on the brink of an all-star.
We saw Garland make an all-star game.
The Pistons are probably going to be so bad that he might not get the recognition, which is why Sengun for me is number 2. And Wemby's obviously number 1. But Sengun, I think what the Rockets did last year, they went on a little win streak against bad teams. There was energy and life instilled into this team. They finished as the 11 seed.
They're better without him.
No, they're not. Sengun,
where's JG's love?
Well, I'm getting to it.
Oh.
Sengun is going to take another leap, and he's taken a leap each year he's been in the league. He's going to be one of the best centers in the league, definitely top 10. And Jaylen Green, I'm not giving up on him just yet. He's streaky, but if he puts it all together, this is a two-man game between Sengun and Jaylen Green that could really be electric. And I think it's up to Jaylen Green to pick up the slack. But Sengun is somebody that averages 21, 10, and 6. I mean, he's somebody that's doing it all for an offense, and he's one of the better hubs as a big man on offense. And if the Rockets take a step up, and there are some older teams that decline, whether due to play or injury, the Rockets could be within a play-in berth, and he could get all-star recognition.
Are we a podcast that wants to see Jaylen Green succeed? Not many podcasts.
I mean, we technically want to see everybody.
No, absolutely.
I don't believe a word you just said.
Actually,
it's not a point of believing me. It's just I have to say it.
Your actions say otherwise.
Because me and Riv just spoke about this before the show. We're not selling our Jaylen Green stock.
Yes, for Rockets purposes.
Where do you rank Jaylen Green amongst the young players on Houston?
He's probably like, me?
Good question.
You asking me?
Round table, we could go.
You answer.
Well, he's second.
What?
Right now, he's the second best young player.
I don't disagree at all. That's the answer.
He's over. You think long term he's over Amen?
Well, I'm saying right now he's better.
Right now he is
Long
over
terms.
Amen.
Well, long term, that's where you get into tricky stuff. Long term, I don't even know if Amen Thompson's going to be able to shoot the ball.
Is he over Jabari? What do you think, Riv?
Nah, Jabari, he's over Jabari. Jaylen Green is.
I just saw Jabari go and kill Sengun.
No, he's over.
It's off-season runs.
What was
Jabari was
with,
frying
Jaylen Green?
him.
What was your answer with Jaylen Green with these young boys?
I didn't answer. Drew's my...
Drew answered though. I want your answer.
Like long term,
Are we taking JG over Sengun? Or is that nuts?
No. Long term is probably Sengun. Damn, it's tough because Jaylen Green's contract is coming up. You just picked up Cam, you just picked up Aim, and you just picked up Reed Shepard. So,
oh shit,
it's a tricky. And then Jabari's still there. Like it's a tricky slope to just say he's 2.
We got to see Reed play ball first.
It's tough.
Summer league.
This year coming up, he's 2. Like
Yeah.
this season coming up, he's 2. But he has the most. Like he is the
He's
most
been there
pressure
for the
on.
longest too.
Yeah, that's
One of
the
these
thing.
young guys at least.
And he is also he has to get paid at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So
I mean, other young players could have been could have been number 2, but they just didn't show enough. They showed some things, but they didn't show enough.
But I think
for me to
Jabbar
just
is the
say,
only
yeah,
player,
they're over
like,
Jaylen Green.
you know, just not legacy, but years in the league. Like when you think of their other young players they have, of course, Reed Shepard's going into his
2 of them were
rookie
rookies
season.
last year.
And is in going into year 2 where he didn't even play a ton or consistently his rookie season. So Jaylen just has that, you know, built in that he's going into what, is this year 4 for him?
It's also he had an electric stretch.
He did.
Jabbar year
stretch,
3.
A stretch
I'm not
that he's
mistaken.
capable
I was
of
saying
doing.
Jaylen year 4, right?
because Cade is about to go into year 4. They're the
Yes.
same class.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because Jaylen Green, even with his inefficiencies, he's a 20-point per game scorer. If he cleans up those things in his game, I mean, he is the best scorer on this team.
Yeah, it's just about how much. Like he has a lot to clean up before they give him that money. Like how much improvement will he make? The other guy's gonna have time, you know. So and you saw even last year, like Jabbar, you saw strides of him improving. Amon towards the end of the year, he started to get more minutes. You saw strides in his improvement. Cam is tricky because he doesn't pass, but for the most part, Sengun and Jaylen Green got better towards the end of the year. So now it's like we have a plethora of young players. How are we gonna distinguish that? And I think Jaylen Green and Sengun have the most to kind of lose because
They're locked.
They're locked, but they also have the most to lose because they're on contract years. It's the year to pay him. And I think Sengun will get paid. I think Jaylen Green is the one guy where it's like if he doesn't improve too much, well, we have Reed Shepard, who is a pretty much he's a great role player, a high level role player. He's gonna be that. So
I think both of them though have cause for like concern when it comes to paying them long term. I think Sengun, if he's going to be your franchise 5, you worry about rim protection with him. Like offensively, we know what he could be. He has shown that he can be a hub for that team offensively. And Jaylen Green, outside of scoring, it's like what else are you going to bring to this table? And I just think if Ime is going to be this coach, which he did phenomenal his first year. Of course, we know in Boston that 1 year he was exceptional. He's probably going to be this long term coach. It's hard for me that if they're building this roster and foundation that they pay both of them. Like more likely than not, they pay one of them. And I even think they probably hesitate paying Sengun, even though he's been so fantastic, just because you have to bring more to the table than just what you do offensively for a coach like Ime.
That month of March from Jaylen Green was unbelievable.
He was crazy.
If
That's
he
when
can
the Rockets
become-
damn near made the playoffs.
If he can just stop being a streaky
Play it.
scorer, a streaky shooter.
That's kind of just his game, though, right now.
That's really unfortunately true, but that month of March when he was actually
hot.
a consistent scorer, yeah, he was hot. That's really what it was.
I mean, it was
that's when we saw the
unsustainable.
Rockets play their best basketball.
With
Unsustainable,
also,
mate, but it was 49% from the field and 40%
there was a
from
big
three for the
piece
month of
missing from
March.
that team. Sengun
Sengun
was
was
not playing.
out, but he elevated. That is sustainable.
is that a problem?
That's no, that's elite
So
level
him
play.
elevating and Sengun not playing.
That's
I don't
not
think
a
that's- I
problem.
don't think it's a
it's
coincidence.
concerning.
It's not a coincidence.
It's concerning.
Man,
Not for
said,
Sengun.
man.
Not for
not for
Sengun.
Sengun.
No, we got the
It's not-
Sengun. We got
It's not
Sengun.
concerning for
It just,
Sengun.
to me, this is why I hate this conversation when it comes to the Rockets, because that stretch happened when they faced the worst teams in the NBA.
But Jaylen
And
Green
they
wasn't
were-
cooking the
and-
worst teams prior to that.
But they were on a win streak before Sengun got hurt. For
sure, yeah.
They were on that win streak. That was going to happen with Sengun too. The thing is, Jaylen Green's own mishaps, and I hate when we give players a pass because of their own downfalls. Jaylen Green's mishaps were on him.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did I count throughout the season of the Rockets when Sengun gives Jaylen Green a handoff pass, sets a great screen, Jaylen Green has an open look at the basket, and he misses a shot? The reason why the efficiency went up is because he had an unsustainable stretch, and that wasn't the stretch that he's had for the entire
What
season.
were the March
He got the
numbers, Drew?
same looks. You look at the wide open looks, the open looks Jaylen Green got, they were the same exact amount. He was just making them.
I think that's more on Jaylen Green though. I don't think it has nothing to do with Sengun. Like just Jaylen Green, if he can't consistently
The
be that.
competition was not
They beat OKC
bad.
there, right?
Yes. In the month of March, they beat Phoenix. They lost to the Clippers, and Jaylen did not play that
just a
well.
win streak?
This goes Sacramento. Sorry, they won every game in March except 2.
So just
That's
say the
why.
wins.
They beat Phoenix. They beat the Spurs. They beat Portland. They beat the Kings. They beat the Spurs again. Washington, Cleveland Cavaliers, Washington, Chicago, Utah, Portland. They beat OKC in overtime and beat Utah again.
That's
A
an
lot of
insanely
bum
easy
teams.
start.
They beat
A lot of bum
lot
teams.
of bad
But
teams.
beating the Kings, beating the Cavaliers, beating the
Kings was with Sengun.
beating OKC. When did Sengun get hurt?
He got hurt in that Kings game.
So they lost to Dallas and they lost to the Clippers in March. And they beat Phoenix also. That's a good win.
They got like 3 good ones.
I mean, the Houston, though, they were even in the like those bad teams. They weren't as bad as like Washington.
And he averaged 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
What was the efficiency?
Dumb. 49 and 41.
Damn.
He was insane.
No.
He was insanely good. If he can, not this to a degree
lower.
is
I mean, he
unsustainable.
just got to play like that with Sengun.
Shoot 37% from 3. 37%, and you're on the team for good.
If he plays
And you're
like
a pillar.
that, if he plays like that next year with Sengun, they're a
Playoff
playing
team?
team. They're
Playing.
a playing team.
I agree.
100% they are.
I agree.
And they're knocking one of those old teams out. It doesn't. I don't know who it's going to be.
Clippers.
But one of those.
They're done.
The Warriors, the Clippers. Those are the 2 candidates right now that could get knocked out of it.
I'm done with the Clippers. It's
The
over.
Warriors were the 10th seed, right?
Warriors were a 10 seed.
Okay.
The Clippers were a playoff team.
Clippers were playing.
No, they were a playoff team last year.
You're 100% right. Apologize.
Yeah, they played.
They played
They're the
Dallas.
5th seed. Yeah.
Played Dallas.
They're the 5th seed.
That shit was
I don't know. If Kawhi and Harden play like 65 games, I don't see them dropping out.
Are the top 3 you guys have the same with Wemby and
I got
Cade?
Mine's Wemby, Paolo, Cade.
Cade is tricky for me because I know the idea, and I was just on Locked On Pistons talking about this. I know the idea of it is if Cade is that good, they should win 30 games.
But he's not that good.
But no, that's
You don't like
I don't
Cade.
think winning 30
He's
games
not
has anything to do
that
with Cade.
good.
You just
No,
said,
as good as what he thinks.
How
he
many
is.
how
That's
many
what I'm
wins
saying.
did they
What do I
have
think
last
he
year?
I think Cade is good.
what do I think he
What
is?
do you think he
If
thinks
Cade
he
is truly like an all NBA level performer, this team could win 30 games.
What do I think he is?
You think he's an all NBA performer talent?
Is that wrong?
That's what you think he is.
How many games did they win
You
last
think he's
year?
better than
14?
Tyrese Haliburton
Joel,
right
didn't
now?
you just say this?
That's what you told
But
me.
Joel, am I not
so.
mistaken? You just said they can win 30 games next season?
He said they should, and he looked at the roster. I don't even think he
I'm
looked
saying
at it.
They won
could.
17 games last year.
If they win,
They
30,
were historically
if they
bad.
win 30 games, I think Cade can get an All-Star bid. I think he can.
I agree, but that's not going to be because the roster is helping him out.
Tobias Harris and Malik Beasley gives you 13 wins.
Tobias Harris is definitely a huge boost for that team.
Name another.
Malik Beasley spacing.
The team sucks.
Do you still think Jaden Ivey's a good NBA player? Do you think he can
I
take
think it's
another
over.
leap?
This is
over.
I think it's over. Jaden
and
Ivey.
this is what I asked you before. You ignored it. How confident are you in a JB Bickerstaff left offense that's not having Donovan Mitchell in it?
JB
concerning.
Bickerstaff before Donovan Mitchell with the Cavs, they took a big leap.
They were good, but they weren't this great offense.
They were like playing lost in the
Well, I
Nets
think
type.
what he needs to do first with this team is he needs to buy them in on defense.
For sure.
And I think Jaylen Green needs to be the biggest beneficiary of it because he's one of the worst defenders at the position in the league right now.
cooking.
And I think if he just gets good defense from Duran, this team could be way better than it was last year. I mean, they won 15 games last year. Like
17.
It's 17 games.
To be fair, they
it's
won.
not hard to win 13 more
They
games.
lost 28 in a row at one point. So, like, I mean, you win a handful of those, you're already in the mid 20s.
you don't want to be that team.
Yeah, shit.
Brother, they had a game in Brooklyn where Cade had 40 and they lost.
I just
can't
don't
be
think
30 and 52.
I mean, if they do, God bless Cade.
I just don't think Cade is the point. Like, if he's that good, they should win 30.
I
It's the
don't
whole
think it's
team
that
and
at all. I
coaches
just think
and
like
stuff.
you have a dislike for him.
I don't dislike Cade.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
if they
just
could
told
win
me
30,
that
he cannot
but
dislike
like a
Cade.
week ago, you told me that he was better than Tyrese Haliburton.
Yeah, I was trolling.
It didn't sound like it at the time.
We
course
did our
he does,
top
because
10 point guards. Cade was on that list.
Thank you. Like I literally had he really just tried to
He did
finesse.
just try to
I really
finesse.
had
You
Hallie
got,
like
a
a top
clip, you got a
7.
clip of you saying it. What are you
I
doing?
understand. And we had a top 10 ranking.
He also
Cade wasn't on there.
has a clip of saying that Tyrese Halliburton's like Steve Nash.
He does have a clip of that.
Well, he does, yeah, eventually, but still, like,
Eventually.
what, am I supposed to?
So you're ignoring
am
the
I-
top 10 rank.
Wait, am I supposed to not take into
Do
account
you genuinely,
anything?
bro, you really
said?
think he thinks he's better than Hallie? Come on.
Wait, so you wait, hold on.
How
hold on.
long
When he
ago did you
said
say
it,
that?
Yes, I did.
How
think
long
he
ago
was-
did you say that?
He said it? It was not even a month ago.
All right,
If recently.
Was it
if
the
that's
point
the
guard
case,
list show?
I'm still going to
no,
respect
no,
the
it was
point guard
before
list.
the point guard list.
So okay, you're ignoring the point guard list and you're just locking in on that one moment.
No,
but
did you
you
say
think
Cade
Cade
has
is-
the potential, or did you say
Yes.
he's better?
No,
Probably.
Cade, he said Cade is better. That's what he
There's
said.
no way you.
Yes,
Cade
he
better,
did.
yes or no?
Yes, he did.
Does he have the potential to be better
Hell
than him?
yeah.
Okay, Santos, pull up the clip of Riv saying that Cade was
Look,
better.
Santos can pull
And
up
then
the
he's gonna
clip.
say I'm trolling. And
No.
what am I supposed to
even,
believe
okay,
then?
even if I wasn't trolling, we had a top 10 point guard list. We made
That's
a
what
list.
trumps it, to be honest with you.
Where was Hallie on my list?
Yeah.
Top 6. So Cade wasn't on the top 10. He wasn't even 10.
He was an honorable mention.
You can still believe he's a better player, but
LaMelo
you
or
just had to
Cade?
put Tyrese in it because
Come on.
of
Be serious.
you had a criteria for the
No,
list.
I have to be serious. If I have to be serious for a list, of course. I don't know how you're harping.
I agree with him.
You're
I don't,
harping
I
on
don't
that
believe
one
for a
moment.
second he thinks Cade's
No,
better than
I don't,
Tyrese.
I
Not
don't
for a
agree
second.
with it because it's
I
just
probably
a cop-out.
did say this. If you plug Cade in Indiana, they're probably fine still.
Joel,
I probably said
they're the
Were
that.
best
you
offensive
trolling when you
basketball?
said Anthony Edwards is going to be top 20 all time?
No,
Yes.
he's gonna be.
I don't think he was trolling.
he's gonna be one of the best players in the history of the game.
But top 20. But you were trolling
That
when you
is
said
one of
top
the
20.
best. Top 20. No, he could be
Top
that.
20 is one of the best.
He
Trying
could
to
be
help
that.
you, but I guess
He could be that.
So what?
The
What the
Timberwolves
names we
have
got
never won
here?
an NBA championship
What
before.
the- what
So
the
wait,
names we
so
got here?
Detroit winning 30 games is primarily on
Fucking
Cade's.
talking about Cade Cunningham. winning
No,
30
it's not
games.
primarily on Cade, but the entire team needs to get better.
I agree.
And I think they got better in certain spots. I mean, with a team like
Just shooting.
with a team like the Pistons, you're not gonna make a drastic move that's gonna alter your franchise overnight. You just get pieces that fit. And Malik Beasley was a piece that fit. Tobias Harris was a piece that fit. Just giving them another score.
Now but I think the Pistons are just in a different. They're in. Can we get the young
They have
guys
to
to
start
work?
over again.
Like,
I
yes,
think
they're a
is
trash
Cade
team.
really like this? Can Ivy?
they
Can
got
Ivy
better.
make progress? Like, can Asar do anything? Like, I think that's more
Hey,
so what they got to
he shoot.
focus on.
He can do everything else. Just can't shoot.
score.
Offensively, yeah. Offensively, can he put the
Score.
ball in the
rim,
basket?
he was. Oh,
Yeah, but
So
he's
who
gotta
are your
get
top
there,
3
too.
All-Stars then?
I had Boncaro up there. Sengun is a weird one because you think he can really make it in the West.
In the what? The one
There's
I
not
had,
a lot of great center play in the West.
I don't think it's skill center.
But why is
He's
Victor not
bench.
on your guys' list? Just because it's basic?
Nah, yeah.
Oh, Victor was number
Vic
one.
is locked.
There is
Paolo's
one. There
locked.
is one hot one I had, and it was Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller was the name I was going to bring
Brandon
up
Miller
too.
definitely came to
I
my mind
really
too.
love Brandon Miller's game. I think Charlotte is a team that actually legitimately can make the play-in. I think because you have LaMelo, you have Brandon Miller. You know, they have a nice little cool
Bridges.
team. I
Charles
like
Lee, new coach.
Their new coach that
Mark
can bring a
Williams,
different energy.
if he's healthy,
He's solid.
He's a great
But I think
defensive
that
center.
that duo of LaMelo and Brandon Miller, that's going to be nasty for the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think Brandon Miller is going to take another leap. So that was one guy who I think maybe if he doesn't sneak in, I think he can be at that same level of guys at the bottom of the East All-Star. That makes
They just drafted Tajon Saluan also, correct?
Yes.
A little bit of spacing there too.
Well, the centers in the West, it's Jokic.
I don't think it's center dependent. Like after the starting 5, it's just who gets in.
Yeah, but just naming the centers, or you could say like the forwards, the
Front
power
court.
forwards, front court players.
It's Victor.
Victor Wembanyama,
Sabonis.
Jokic, we mentioned, Sabonis, another
Fucking
one.
LeBron, KD,
Then after it's
AD,
someone like
LeBron,
Shaq,
KD.
Kawhi.
KD.
I mean, there's a
Kawhi
lot of
has to
dudes
be
front
healthy,
court.
though. Kawhi
was healthy for the last
He
one.
was healthy. You know, you got to give him that.
Damn, I don't know if Sengun can get in. Not even because he's not
I don't
good
think
enough.
Sengun will get in either. And that's not a slight at Sengun. I do think that he's a really good basketball player. Too many
a lot of
names
front
on top
court.
of great players.
Yeah.
I don't
front
think
of
it's
him.
crazy to think Sengun will get more All-Star bid and love than Chet.
Well, I think after the starting 5, it's the coaches and the media. picks.
Chet Holmgren didn't even enter my mind, to be honest with you.
I think Alperen Sengun, I mean, when I think about the final list of front court players that enter the matrix of making an All-Star game, Rudy Gobert comes to mind. He's always like kind of like the borderline, barely getting in, but he could get in. I think Alperen Sengun can have a better case than him, and that right there could get him into the All-Star game.
Will Alperen have a better case than Sabonis or no?
I think you can make the argument. You know, it depends how good the Kings are.
Is it crazy to think Shaq can have a better case? All 3 of them?
No. That is crazy. I think Sabonis will have a better case.
Like Sabonis is giving you 20.
Sabonis
he
has
have?
led the league in double-doubles and
The Thunder
triple-doubles.
could be the number 1 seed in the West come
defense,
All-Star
man.
break. He could be the second most impactful player. He could be their best defender. Chet would really have a case.
And that's J-Dub too. J-Dub could have a similar case.
He's another front court.
J-Dub is also a player that I was surprised we didn't say on these 3.
Yeah, but Sabonis' numbers aren't that far off from Şengün's numbers. The rebounding is, not the assists.
I was going to say the rebounding's drastic.
Yeah, the rebounding
Sabonis
is.
probably one of the best rebounders in the league. Probably the
Yeah.
best.
Sabonis
That's
is amazing
a drastic
rebounding,
difference in them, but I think Şengün is only getting better, and I think he could have a similar case to Sabonis for making the All-Star game
you think
a year from now.
You think Kobe White could get in?
No, unfortunately not.